Hello friends, welcome back to another session of Kubernetes. So in this session we will learn how we can install Kubernetes in our system. In our last session we are done with the introduction part of Kubernetes. So what is Kubernetes? Just we will revise that one. Will take just 1 or 2 minutes and then we will do our installation. So Kubernetes is nothing but it is a container management or container orchestration tool that is used to manage the containers, or also you can say that it is used to create, manage and scale the containers. We can also call it K8s. It is also it is an open source system for automating deployment, scaling and management for containerized application. Okay, and we have seen this diagram architecture of Kubernetes also, where several components Kubernetes has, like kubectl, application controller, API server, etcd, kscheduler, kubelet, kproxy. So all those we have explored in our last session. Okay, and we have seen this is the original official diagram they have given. Next is the installation, setup and installation of Kubernetes with the kubeadm. Okay, kubeadm is nothing but this is an admin where we will manage the cluster, similar to what is kubeadm. See, whoever is managing, if you see above diagram, who is managing this control panel, who is managing control plane. So control plane is managed by kubeadm. I think we have given that definitions also. Yes, kubeadm. To set up the production or multi-node cluster, kubeadm is used. So you can, this is just a simple one statement, but kubeadm is nothing but that is used to initialize the control plane or master component, and kubeadm also used to manage the cluster. Okay, so we will install kubelet, Kubernetes, kubelet and kubectl. Okay, fine. So this installation steps we have to do on AWS, because we need a cluster of 3 nodes. 3 node cluster we should have, and by default Kubernetes don't take any workload. The workload will be distributed among the worker node only. Okay, so first what we will do, you have to open to your AWS console and you have to create 3 instances. Previously the instance whatever we created in a Docker, like master node, manager node, or worker node 1, worker node 2, all I deleted. Freshly we have to yeah, so currently we don't have any instances here. The previously whatever we created in in Docker, I have deleted all those. So what we will do, we will freshly create 3 instances. Okay, so now just click on launch instance and we will create 3 instances. First I will create the worker node 1 and worker node 2. Okay, worker node 1, you can give any name. I am just giving name in uppercase, worker node 1. Okay, worker node 1, you select your operating system type, Ubuntu. I have selected Ubuntu. Okay, and then Ubuntu 22.4 you select free tire eligible. Okay. Next, yes, you can select worker node. You can take T2 micro. It's okay, because worker node we are not interacting with the worker node too much. Just for test, like creating the containers, that all that task is done in your worker node. So that's okay. My T2 micro is fine if you take as a worker node. But if you are creating a manager node or master node, that you should not take a micro T2. That you should take always the high end configuration. High end configuration, like the minimum requirement for Kubernetes is Kubernetes control plane machine should have at least 2 core CPU, 2 CPU, 4 GB or 2 GB of 4 GB of RAM. That is the minimum configuration. But currently this is a 1 GB of RAM and 1 CPU. You can take this as a worker node, no issue. Okay, then key pair, we have a one key pair we created. Okay, you take it. Network, we have created a network security group also, so select that one. Okay, and that's it. Number of instances of this type, I'm taking 2. You can take it 2, no issue. If you want to create again and again, but similar instances, if you want to create of a 2, it will create. Okay, when launching more than one instance, consider easy to auto scaling. Okay, or else keep it once, no issue. Number of instances 2, you take 2 because we have to create 2. Fine. Next, want to type, it's okay. Now launch. Now go to your instances and you see here worker node 1 and worker node 2. Give the name something different for 2. That's it. Sorry, worker node 2. Save it. So 2 instances we have, and these both instances are getting started. Okay, so I think it is running. So what you have to do now, first we have to install Docker and then Kubernetes, and these installations we have to do in all the machines. How many machines you are using, like if you are using one manager node, you have to install. You are using 10 worker node, so in the 10 worker node you have to install Kubernetes and Docker, both you have to install. Similarly, how we have done in our Docker, we have installed Docker in all the machines, whether it is a manager or it's a worker. Same in case of Kubernetes, we have to install Docker and Kubernetes in all the machines. So first I am going for worker node 1. Copy this IP address and connect to this machine. Okay. Sorry. SSH I mypair.pam. Ubuntu. What is Ubuntu? Ubuntu is the operating system username. Where is the operating system? This is the IP address of this one. That's it. Type yes. Now it will connect. Yes, it is connected. Now I'm first thing what I'm doing, I'm changing this name of the computer. This is the name of that machine. So that name of machine I have to change first. So how can I do it? Simply using this command. Copy and paste it here. Instead of manager, give here node 1. Okay, or else you give worker 1, worker node 1, worker node 1. Okay. Worker node one. Log out and log in again. Once you log out and log in, you will see I think clear SSH ubuntu@, what is the IP address? This is the IP address. Okay, paste it here and okay, so now you can see here the machine name is updated successfully. Clear it. Now start installing the Docker first we will install the Docker. So what I will do, I will first what we have to do, we have to update the system. Okay, let's update it. Meanwhile I will just okay, now install the HTTP transport. Clear it once. In the next step you have to sudo update, you try once again. Okay, then simply just install Docker. Okay, so Docker installation is done. Then user mode you set. Okay, then Docker version, yes, for that one just you simply log out, this permission denied will go out and log in again. Okay, now try Docker version. Okay, now Docker is fine. Then you need to create this file. Just simply, you no need to do much, you just copy this as it is. I will add these all these steps in the description. You take it from there. Instead of writing manually, wasting a lot of time in doing all this unnecessary tasks, better you take it from a description. So I will add in the description, don't worry. Copy this and simply just paste it here. That's it. So this is nothing but it is just creating a one daemon.json file in etc docker directory. Okay, next next you have to enable system level Docker. Enable it. Copy these 3 commands and paste one by one. Very simple, will not take much time. That's it. Just restart the Docker again. Okay, it's done. Fine. Now Docker is ready. If you see Docker version, Docker is there. Clear. Next is you have to install Kubernetes. So far we have installed only Docker. Next, copy this command and paste it here. Okay, next this is downloading the stable version. Okay, the previously this command is nothing but it is installing one apt key from Google Cloud. You can see here package.google cloud. Buy from Google Cloud because Kubernetes is the product of Google only. Google has given one API key that is used for communication between the node and manager. So that we have to add first. After adding, we have to take the latest version. Okay, then copy this command and simply execute it here. Okay, it's done. Next, this one. Okay, fine. Then just update the repository, because whenever the software is not downloaded, it will download and do. Okay, that's why you have to update it. Okay, yes, you will update the system. Then install https certificates. Okay, next sudo, yeah, this one. Update the system once again. We'll try to explore these commands one by one in some other session, like why this command is used, what is the use of this command. Similarly, like this is just updating the repository of your system. This is used to install the kubelet, kubeadm and kubectl. Similarly, what is the use of these commands? We'll try to explore whoever is required. Okay. This is the actual installations command: sudo apt install kubelet, kubeadm, kubectl. These three you see. This command is important one. Okay, yes, yes, this one. This is actual installation of Kubernetes. Next, copy this, paste it here. That's okay. So installation is done. You just go and check the version. Go and check the version. So it is telling version is 1.28.3. Okay, and if you want to get more version in YAML file, you can get it, that also. Yes, okay. So now the installation is done. If you want to restart the system, you can do, but it's not required. Let it be like that. Now you have to connect with the other machine. Connect with your another machine with this one. Worker 2. Connect with your worker 2. Okay, so copy this IP address and connect with this machine, your worker 2. Connect with your worker 2. Yes. So for worker 2 also you have to update the machine name. You can do that one. Very simple. Just copy this command paste it here, and instead of manager give here worker node 2, that's it. Log out and I'll log in again. Copy this IP address, SSH, yes, it is connected. So there is no Docker. If you see here, Docker is not there. It is telling you can install it. Sorry, VE version not there. So let's do the installation. So first update the system repository. Okay, then install apt-transport-https. Okay, then just update the system repository once. Then install the Docker. Then set user mode. Okay, and then you can check for the version. So Docker version, so you have to log out and then log in again. Now you see the Docker version. Okay, it's fine. Docker is installed here now. Next, just create this file. So the file is created now. Then just reload, enable system docker, system level, reload domain, daemon reload, and restart it. You just do these 3 steps. You have to repeat the same steps in all the machines. N number of nodes if you are taking, you have to do these steps in all the machines. In all the machines you have to do. Okay, then install Kubernetes. Okay. The commands I will add in the description. Don't do your too much headache on writing this manually by seeing. Take it from the description. That will be more helpful. update is done. Next, install kubelet, kubeadm and kubectl. This is the just actual installation, and that's all. Okay, then just verify the version. That's it. Installation Kubernetes and kubelets are done. Kubeadms are done. In node 2 also, in your worker node 2 we also have installed Kubernetes also. Okay, fine. So worker node 1, worker node 2 are ready. Next we need to create manager node, but manager node should not be of type T2 micro. That should be a high configuration. Like the minimum requirement is 2 CPU core and 2 GB of RAM. That is the minimum requirement, but we are taking more than that actually. So that's why I also recommend you to take some high-end configuration. Okay, anyway that is not a free tier eligible, but you take it, you will not get much bill actually. So give the name actually manager node, take Ubuntu, operating system is Ubuntu, you take it, and yeah, Ubuntu version is 22.04, that is okay, if that is free tier eligible, but micro type is not eligible. You have to take some other, so which one you will take? The minimum requirement is 2 CPU 4 GB RAM. This is enough. T2 medium is enough, you can take it, but I am going with the T2 large, 2 CPU 8 GB of RAM. Or else if you want to take extra large, you can go with the extra large also, it's up to your choice. That is a 4 CPU and 16 GB of RAM. So whatever you prefer, you can go with that one. If you want to take T2 extra large, you can take it, or if you want to T2 time extra large, you can take that also. But I think it is better to take 8 GB of RAM like T2, 2 CPU and 8 GB of RAM. This is enough. This is enough. Or else if you want to take 4 CPU, 60 GB of RAM, you can take it. You can take it also. So I am going with the T2 large, that is also enough. Okay. Next, select your pair key and then select your network settings. For network setting, we have created my security group. You take that one. That's it. For this one, I just want one instance only, because there is only one. Currently, one manager will be there, so that's why you take it once and just launch instance. Okay. So manager is pending, in pending state. Let's get started, then we will do the installation in manager 1 manager node also. Okay, so it is running, and copy this IP address and connect with this one, keep it here. Okay, SSH my pair Ubuntu @ with this IP address, you can connect it. Type yes. Okay, first what we have to do, we have to update this name. We have to update the name. Okay, so the name I will take as same manager. This is our manager, so I will give this name. Okay, now just log out and log in again. Fine. So this is your manager node, this is your worker node, this is your worker 2, worker node 1, worker node 2, and this is your manager node. Fine. Then update the system repository first. Okay, then install https transport, and again update the system repository, and then install Docker. Then just you have to set the user mode once the installation is done. Okay, it is done. Then just cross verify the version and simply just log in, log out, and again log in. Then you check for the version, so it's okay. Then just simply you have to create this file, and then just you have to enable the Docker at system level. Okay. Then you need to install the Kubernetes. So just execute the command one by one. Follow the same sequence, guys. Sometime you might get some problems like while installation, but definitely you will not get the installations problem when you follow the same steps, the same sequence of the commands if you use. Or else if you are facing any of the difficulties or any error, you ask me in the comment section. We'll take it that when we will try to resolve it. Even I will show you the official steps also, like how you can install using some latest version, because the steps are changing timely. It's not a fixed, because whenever the new version is released, or it's not changing every time, but sometime it might change, the steps might change. So I will also recommend you to follow the official installation steps. I will show you that one. That also will be more helpful when you are getting some error. Try to resolve that by seeing that documentation. Okay, so kubelet kubedium is installed. Next, just put it on hold. Okay, then just kubelet version you want to see, you can check it. Okay, Okay, so now you see in our worker one worker node, I think I need to connect it again. Worker 2 also I need to connect it again. Okay. So this is your manager, clear it. So if you see in manager, our Kubernetes version is this one, 1.28.3. okay, and the same version is available in our worker node 1 and worker node 2. So connect with worker 1 once. So this is the IP address of worker 1, connect it. And create one more and connect with worker 2. So this is the IP address of worker 2, paste it here. Okay, so this is worker 1, worker 2, manager. So in manager node you see this is the version of Kubernetes. Here also same version, 1.28.3, and worker 2 also same version. Now the next important task is you have to initialize the Kubernetes cluster using kubeadm. What is the next task? The next very important task is, because currently if you see, these three nodes are a separate one. These three nodes are not the part of Kubernetes cluster. These three nodes are not Kubernetes cluster, are not in the Kubernetes cluster. You have to bring that into a Kubernetes cluster. Am I correct? These three nodes, worker 1, worker node 1, worker node 2 and manager node, are not making any Kubernetes cluster so far. But now we have to create Kubernetes cluster using these three nodes. In that one, first manager node, I'm making a manager node that will manage the overall Kubernetes cluster, or you can say that will manage control plane. This is a worker node and worker node 2. So first what we need to do, we need to initialize the Kubernetes cluster, initialize the Kubernetes control plane only on manager node. This is the first step. Okay, so it is just using Kubernetes version 1.28.3, and it is pulling the images that are required to create the cluster. It's pulling the images. From where it is pulling? Registry k8 io, like that. From this one it is pulling. Okay. Yes. So now you see this message clearly. Your Kubernetes control plane has initialized successfully. To start using cluster, you need to run the following three commands. So what I will do, I will just copy this much, copy this, and I will paste in notepad so that I can reuse it. And this one you can delete this backslash, and you can make this command as a single node. Add here sudo. Before to this one you have to add sudo. Why? Then you can join any number of worker node by running following command on each root. Each as root. As root means you have to use sudo. Okay. Fine. So this is the string that is used to join the Kubernetes cluster, similar to docker swarm. When we are initializing docker swarm is generating one string command. That command we are running on each node, and that node will be joining to cluster. Similarly, in the Kubernetes also has a command to join from each node. Okay, but before to that one, what you need to do, you need to execute these three commands into manager. So let's go and execute it one by one. Okay, then you have to execute this one. Okay, and then you have to execute this one. So these three executed successfully. Okay. Next it is saying alternative. This is alternate option. If you want to do it, you can do it, but not required, because this is alternatively. Admin config it is setting the path for this one. That's it. It's not doing anything extra here. Then you should not deploy any pod network. So one thing what you have to do, you have to install network add-ons. So it is suggesting you have to take any network add-ons from this URL. Copy this and go to this URL. It is suggesting, so you please go to this one and you take any add-ons, network related add-ons. So I am you can go with any of them, no issue. I am selecting WaveNet. Go to WaveNet and WaveNet, you just copy this command. That's it. Copy this command, copy it, and command you can paste it here. So this is your WaveNet command. That's it, that you have to execute in your manager. That's it. So paste it here. Oh, this is the some problem. Sometime you will get it, but do one thing, log out and connect it again. Okay. Refused, not specify the right host or port. Okay, so try to reload once. Try to reload kubelet and all, and we'll see it. Not required, but if you are getting this error, you do it once. Okay. And just execute this command once again. Anyway, we have done it, but just okay. Now install this WaveNet. Okay, so it's done. Now the next command is very basic. Like, I want to see how many how many nodes are there in this cluster. kubectl get nodes. I want to see how many nodes are there. So currently there is a one node is which one? This is your manager only. Name is manager. This manager node is available only into the cluster. No other node is there. So what we have to do, we have to we have to we have to join these nodes. This is very irritating. I need to close it again and I need to connect it again. Okay. So do one thing, simply ssh I and 12 we'll have to find some other approach where we should not getting this type of problem. Every time we need to disconnect and connect, but we'll see it later. So this is your worker node 1. Clear it and create one more. What is the IP address of worker node 2? Worker node 2 IP address is this one. Paste it here. Clear. So as you see here, if you use get nodes, see this is not any specific problem, it will get, see now it is getting. So you see here kubectl get nodes. How many nodes are there currently? One node is there. One node is there only. Control plane only. Role is control plane. Control plane is the management of a cluster. Okay, so I want to join this one. I want to join this Kubernetes cluster. How can I do? Simple, just you need to execute this command. That's it. So copy from here till end. Entire you need to copy and just simply you need to execute it in worker node 1. Running pre-flight checks. In worker node 2 also you can do it. Both you can do. Worker node 1 and worker node 2. So currently there is only one node. No other node has joined. Still it is not confirmed that it is waiting Kubernetes to perform the bootstrap version, because kubelet is there, that is joining the. We are telling kubeadm to join. Kubeadm is sending request to kubelet. Kubelet is joining. So once it is done, it will come here. Currently there is only one, but let's wait for some time. It will join. Once it's joined successfully, it's saying initialization timed out 40. Some problem is there, I think. No, currently there is one only. It is taking this much time. Let's wait for some time. Anyway, if it is not successfully joined, we have to execute this command again. Okay, so some problem is there. Let's go and check. Okay, it is showing here joined but not ready, some problem it got, but anyway it is joined. That's why it is showing here worker 1 and worker 2, but not ready, but it's joined. Okay, so clear it, or else if you can try one thing, try to join again. I'll see it. Anyway it is joined. What happened? Okay, see, already exist. It means it's already exist, already there. So you no need to join, your joining is already done here. Okay, fine. This type of problem you will get, but definitely it will work. Now you see it is working, and this is saying not ready. So what you can do, you can just simply uh, uh, stop your all the instances and then stop it again. Stop these instances and start the instances again. That's it. And this, again you no need to connect to your worker node 1 or worker node 2, because there is no option, there is no operation that we are performing on the worker node. All we are doing on manager node only. So just we need to connect with only manager node. Okay, so it is stopping. Okay, so for one, what I will do, I will only start manager node first. Only I will start manager node. That's it. Worker node 1 and worker node 2 I'm not starting. Okay, so it is running. So copy this IP address and sorry, now kubectl get nodes. Why it is happening like that? Okay, so it is telling, it is showing currently 3 nodes are there, but worker 1 and worker 2 are not ready. What I will do, I will start them. I'll start them. it is getting started. It's pending. Okay, meanwhile I will just execute this command again. So not ready, not ready, not ready. See, this time worker node 2 ready, worker node 1 not ready. So because it is starting, machines are starting. Let's see, this time I think both should be ready. If you see here, previously this was worker node 1 and worker node 2 were not ready, then worker 2 got ready, worker node 1 not ready. But yeah, sometimes it is making a connection to the machine and executing the commands. kubectl is responding late, that's why it is doing like that. But generally it will be working in your systems, or if it is not done it will be working, but sometime it will get this type of error suddenly. Even I am also trying to find the reason for this type of error again and again. Sometime it is working, sometime it is not working. What could be the reason? We'll try to find it, and we'll try to fix it also. See, this time it is getting, and worker node 1 and worker node 2 are ready. See, again it's same error. You might also get this type of error. Okay, okay, so now you see all are ready, all are in ready state. Fine. Fine, you can try these three commands if sometime if you are not able to do. And if you want to install, the installations is not happening properly, you are getting some error, you can do that installation by following this documentations. Simple, same whatever we are doing, it is similar to that only, same it is doing. Okay, fine. So this is the installations. How can you do it in your AWS EC2 instances? You can see here we have all three nodes and that are running successfully. This is the very critical, it is giving that error. What I will suggest, you take high-end configuration, some high-end, like I don't know whether it is only 2 GB 2 core CPU and 4 GB of RAM. You take it high, 8 GB 60 GB 8 core CPU, something like that. Might be you will not get that type of error. Because so far I also didn't find any solution for that one. Sometime it works, sometime it will not, but I will try to resolve. I will do some R&D, some analysis on that one, and I will try to do this issue resolved. See, we have not done any of them, we have not done any other experiment or any other configurations, we have not did anything, but it is working. Okay. Next we will see some of the basic commands. So this command we have seen, kubectl.get nodes. We have seen this command, get the list of nodes who have joined the Kubernetes cluster. Get pods. How many pods are there? How many pods are there? What is pods? See, again it is very irritating. We'll see it. Okay, clear it. Get pods. So generally what it will give? It will give no resource found in default namespace. What is namespace? We will see in our upcoming sessions. Okay, because the namespace we are not giving currently. We are not giving any namespace while getting the Kubernetes pod. Maybe because of some configuration it is, or I also don't know. But if it is because of configuration, why it is working sometime, why not sometime? Okay, so get namespaces also we can do similarly. kubectl.get namespaces. How many namespaces are there? Default is 1. Cube node lease, cube public, cube system. These are the some namespaces. And get pods from specific namespaces. You can give the namespaces, and from that one you can get the pods, how many pods are running. Okay, we'll see what is pod in more detail in our next session, but I'm just want to show you this command why it is not working here. Shall I restart the manager, or shall I do some other, like these 3 commands? Status, no, restart, cube, daemon, reload only. I think just try once. Anything we have to resolve this one. But it will work sometime, but it will not work sometime. Do one thing, just use swipe off once, sudo. Okay, then restart once, reload it, daemon. Okay, then log out, clear it, and restart your machines once. I don't know whether stop these instances. Stopped. Okay, then start them. So connect with manager. Getting started, some problem, or yes, all are ready. Now get pods. See, it's telling no resource found in default namespace. Fine. So now you have to get how many namespaces are there. Default namespaces. Okay, so get nodes, we have seen this command. Get pods, we have seen this command also. Get namespaces, how many namespaces are there? It will get the list of namespaces. These many are the default namespaces created by your Kubernetes. We will see more in details what is Kubernetes namespace, what is pods, nodes. We know what is nodes, how many computers have joined the cluster. It's a nodes only. So these three I have joined, manager and two worker node 1 and worker node 2. Then pods, there is no pod in default namespaces. Then how many namespaces are there? These many namespaces are there. Now get the pod by namespace. Copy this, paste it here. Which namespace? Suppose cube system, I want cube system namespace. See, it's very irritating. Suddenly it stops working, suddenly it starts working. Anyway, I will find this solution. I already tried, but I'm not finding any solution for that one. Suddenly it stops working, suddenly. Okay, get pods. Okay, so clear it once. So if you see get pods, there is no namespace, no pod in this namespace, but in this cube system namespace, if you see the get namespaces, if you see get namespaces, so these many are namespaces. I am seeing in cube system. In cube system, if you see the namespaces, how many are there? etcd manager, cube proxy, cube scheduler, all are there. And if you see public, if you see in public, then kubectl dot get pods, and in which namespace? In this namespace. So no resource found in this one. So currently in cube public there is nothing. Cube node Lee is also there. Copy this. In this namespace there is no, and in default also, if you give here default, it will work. default, no resource found in default namespace. If you don't give this namespace here, then default is default namespace only. So this is the basic commands that we have did in this session. Like kubectl get nodes will get the list of nodes who have joined the cluster. Get pods, get the pod list from default namespace. Get namespaces, get the list of namespaces available in the Kubernetes, and get the pods by namespace. You have to tell the namespace name, like cube system is the one namespace. So by the namespace you have to get the pods, you can get it. Okay, in the next session we will see what is pod. We'll explore more about the pods in our next session. Okay, so I hope you like this session. Please subscribe my channel, and we will see you in the next session. And one important point is, you always stop your instances. If it is running for a long time, it will start building, and you will get more builds in that case. So it is recommended that every time whenever you done your practice, go and stop the instances. Next time if you start the instances, you no need to join the nodes, like how we are doing in the swarm. In Docker swarm, what we are doing, we are leaving the Docker swarm cluster, then again we are joining. But in this case we don't need to do that one. So that is the best one advantages that we are getting in Kubernetes here. Okay, fine. So yes, these all are stopped now. Just verify once. Yes, stopped. That's it. It is disconnected. You will close this terminal. So this is all about the installation and some basic commands of the Kubernetes. So thank you and have a nice day. We'll see you in the next session.